Thunder shook the skies above Lagos as Amara stepped into the old hotel lobby. The building looked forgotten. Dim lights. Faded walls. A receptionist who avoided eye contact. Fear settled heavily inside her chest. "What am I even walking into?" she whispered to herself. Then her phone vibrated again. Room 307. At the same time, Ella entered through the opposite side of the lobby. She stopped immediately after spotting Amara near the staircase. Both women froze. Recognition hit instantly. A wife always imagines the other woman. But seeing her physically? That pain feels different. Human. Real. Ella looked away first. Amara's chest tightened violently. For several seconds, neither spoke. Then Amara finally asked quietly. "You're Ella?" Ella swallowed hard. Yes. The silence between them carried shame, anger, guilt, jealousy, and heartbreak all at once. Amara expected to hate her instantly. But strangely, Ella did not look victorious. She looked broken too. "You knew he was married," Amara said. Ella nodded slowly with tears forming in her eyes. "Yes." "Then why?" The question sounded less angry now. More wounded. Ella struggled to answer. "Because the truth was ugly. Because sometimes lonely people make selfish emotional decisions," she whispered. "And sometimes married men know exactly how to speak to lonely women." Amara stared at her quietly. Ella continued. "He made me feel seen." That sentence hit Amara unexpectedly. Because deep down, she understood it. For years, she too had wanted to feel seen. Before either woman could speak again, the elevator opened. Sandra stepped out slowly wearing black heels and a calm expression. Both women turned toward her immediately. "You came," Sandra said softly. Amara frowned. "Who are you?" Sandra's eyes settled on Ella briefly before returning to Amara. "I'm the reason your husband is terrified." Inside room 307, tension filled the air. The black box sat on the table between them. Amara folded her arms defensively. "What is this about?" Sandra opened the box carefully. Inside were old photographs of Emeka and a younger Sandra together. Intimate photos. Hotel photos. Pictures taken long before Amara entered his life. Ella looked shocked. "He had another affair before me?" Sandra laughed bitterly. "Oh no, dear. I was never the side chick." She turned toward Amara. "I was the woman he chose before you." Amara's stomach twisted painfully. Everything suddenly felt unstable. "How do you know my husband?" she asked carefully. Sandra sat down slowly. "Because 15 years ago, Emeka destroyed 3 lives in one night." She picked up the videotape. "Do either of you know who David Lawson was?" Neither answered. Sandra smiled sadly. "He was my fiancé." Then her expression hardened. "And Emeka's best friend." The room became silent except for the sound of rain outside. Sandra continued. "David trusted Emeka with everything. Business secrets. Money. Even me." Ella slowly sat down. "What happened to him?" Sandra stared at the tape for several seconds before speaking. "He died in this hotel." Amara's heartbeat accelerated. "What are you saying?" Sandra looked directly into her eyes. "I'm saying your husband knows more about David's death than the police ever discovered." At that exact moment, downstairs in the parking lot, Emeka arrived. He had received Sandra's message 30 minutes earlier. "Come to room 307 if you want to save your marriage." The moment he entered the hotel lobby, panic consumed him. Because he already knew what Sandra intended to do. And if that tape was exposed, everything would collapse. His marriage. His reputation. His children's future. Everything. Back upstairs, Sandra inserted the videotape into an old player connected to the television. The screen flickered weakly. Amara's hands began shaking. Ella could barely breathe. Then the footage started playing. The recording showed an old hotel room from 15 years ago. The date stamp appeared clearly. A younger Emeka entered the room. Behind him was David Lawson. Both men were arguing violently. Though the audio was distorted, one sentence became clear. David shouted, "You betrayed me." Amara covered her mouth. Ella stared at the screen in shock. Then Sandra paused the tape. "You see now?" she whispered. Amara turned slowly toward her. "What happened after this?" Sandra's eyes filled with pain. "That's the problem." She pressed play again. But suddenly, the screen went black. The remaining footage was damaged. "No," Sandra whispered desperately. She hit the machine repeatedly. "No, no, no." Then a voice spoke from the doorway. "You should have destroyed that tape years ago." Everyone turned instantly. Emeka stood there breathing heavily. His face pale. His eyes dangerous. Amara had never seen her husband look like that before. Not fear. Not guilt. Something darker. Something buried for years. Then Emeka looked directly at Sandra and said, "You have no idea what really happened